almost 100,000 cases in the United States, 1,500 deaths in the United States, and the numbers are rising. The curve is continuing to go like this. New York has the highest number of cases, New Jersey number 2, and now Louisiana, California, Washington State, and other states are starting to see the rise, including Florida, of cases and deaths. Today I was contacted by a friend from Colombia who sent me some very disturbing pictures. Coffins, side by side by side by side by side. But worse than that, patients, bed next to bed next to bed, chair next to chair next to chair on the streets. The Italian government has no idea what to do anymore. They have so many cases. But I don't want to focus on the negative. I want to just share with you a couple of anecdotes. I was contacted by a friend who says, my mother is in a nursing home recovering from a hip fracture because she fell. One of the residents in the nursing home tested positive. What should I do? Should I bring her home? That's a very tough decision, especially on the day where the entire population of a nursing home, 90 plus residents in New Jersey, died of coronavirus. It's a very tough decision. So another friend tells me, you know, I've been having this thing that I really don't feel good, and I just can't shake it, and it's been going on for weeks. What do you think I should do? I said, are you short of breath? He says, no. Do you have very high fevers? He says, not really, but I just don't feel right, and I just don't feel right. I'm achy. And I said, stay home. I don't know if you have it or not, but if you've been weeks and you're not getting worse, and you're okay, then you are going to shake this. And you're probably going to develop antibodies and you're going to get over it. If you start getting worse, then do go in and get seen. But don't expose yourself by going to the hospital to more virus, if you can handle it at home. So I asked him, are your eyelids red and swollen? And he said, no. And inside I said, good. Because that's one of the newest symptoms that has been described by nurses on the field, by doctors on the field, is red swollen eyelids. So we've talked about shortness of breath, coughing. We've also talked about nausea, diarrhea, loss of smell, loss of taste, and now this new symptom that is the swelling of the eyes. We're learning a lot about this disease. We're learning a lot about this virus. And I'm happy to say that this morning I had to run to the pharmacy to get some medications for my daughter. Not because we were running out, but because I think that I have to prevent running out, and this is not over. This week and next week are going to be critical. The number of cases are going to increase. And I'm not sure that in 2 weeks that the number of cases will decrease. Good news, in New York, number of cases seem to be slowing down with social distancing. I went to the drugstore this morning early so that I could avoid the crowds. And I was very pleased to see that most people were wearing gloves. Not everybody was wearing a mask, but almost everybody was wearing gloves. Not only that, but I realized that as I was walking, people were walking as well. In other words, keeping a safe distance from me. Now, I was wearing a mask and I was wearing gloves. Maybe that scared them. But then I started observing how people were interacting. And yes, they were keeping social distance from each other. And I realized that maybe we get it. Maybe we're staying home, which doesn't mean, by the way, you have to stay in the house. You can go outside as long as you keep social distancing. You can talk to your neighbor as long as you keep social distancing. But it was encouraging to me to see that people are using gloves, that people are staying away from each other. Doesn't mean they're not talking to each other, because I did see people say, "Good morning, how are you?" Yes. If we do this, we will beat this. If we continue to do this, it will go away. So please, please, if you have to go out, maintain your social distance. If you don't have to go out, stay home, stay safe, and stay tuned.